Well, hello there, guys. Many of you are already aware that I offer a rebuild service. You can find that on my website, ratsliftmotorco.com. I call it ACRS service. Very fancy when you're using acronyms. Very professional. You know, it saves so much time. It's specifically geared towards Chevrolet models of the stove bolt engine era, you know, so 29 to 62. In fact, I call it up to 62, you know, rebuild service. Apparently I call it a lot of things. Anyway, I do branch out into other things a little bit, you know, dabble in the unknown, but when you're talking other GM products, you know, things don't change too much. I've been talking with Bob the last few days through email. He's got a little bit of a problem. He's got a Buick that is down, okay? Not getting fuel. 31 Buick 60 series. So, he sent me the fuel pump. He is believing, and I'm going to read through what he wrote to me here, but he's in a bit of a bind. You see, he's got, I think he said 3 weeks to get it up and running for a car show out there in California. He already got a rebuild kit for it, and that is, he bought that from Bob's Automobilia. Supposed to be 30 and 31 all Series 50 pump kit. There's your diaphragm. So we're just going to get into this and see what we got. And here's our little beauty right here. Now we did talk about the casting is broken right by the bowl right there. See, this says a Model B on it. It's an original AC, and got a casting number or a part number, don't know. But overall, it seems to be pretty sound. Wonder if the patent is still pending. Anyway, I'm going to bring you in. Okay, we're getting towards the end of the day already here, so I'm not going to be able to finish it in one day, but I want to get a start. In fact, I need to go into the house soon, but anyway, I don't know why that would matter to any of you, but we're just going to do the best we can as efficiently as we can. Seem to be stuck there. Screen is okay. He's been chasing fuel problems. Said this car was professionally restored in the 80s and it hasn't even driven 200 miles since then. So it's just sat for a long time. Sitting for almost 40 years. Doesn't do any of us any good, right? So he's chasing fuel problems. I hope hoping his carburetor works for him. Not much I can do from here. What I should do is lay out that kit and see if we're looking okay. Because if not, I'm going to have to get on the horn and order something different. That seems to be correct. or correct as it needs to be for this age of something. I mean, everything's looking familiar. Nice gasket. I told him he had concerns that this would be a problem. The bowl doesn't really, I mean, you could say it kind of might form a lip there on the gasket and seal against the sidewall, but it really should primarily seal. You know, it should on the top, so that shouldn't be a problem. That looks okay. This looks like it's gonna match like that. We got kind of that odd shaped cover there, so that's good. Got springs and our pin. I'm not even sure yet what those springs are for. That'll be interesting. I imagine they go under the diaphragms, the little valves. Okay, so I am going to run inside. I'm going to hit this first thing in the morning. So we will see you then. I will continue to take our, well, there's no sense standing here explaining it. You'll see it in a second. Whoa, simmer down there, son. All right. Everything's looking very free and very clean so far, but I'll definitely blow some cleaner through it and then some air. Well, I mean, everything's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, I mean, I wanted to find a solution here for him. But, to be honest, when doing some of these jobs, being able to rule out certain possible problems is a solution, right? Some beefy pins. All right. That pin out, and then we can get our diaphragm. So, that is just all peened together. I'm wondering if this has been rebuilt already and this was a kind of a cheaper piece, you know, pre-assembled. So what am I going to do about that? So like I was just saying, I think this piece was not intended to be reused, but it's what a guy has, right? You know, working on similar old stuff, typically this would have, I'm assuming, would have been a shaft that was threaded on top, and there would have been a nut there. That's what I see in a lot of other stuff. Maybe someone else that has rebuilt a 30 and 31 Buick fuel pump knows differently. I don't know, but we're gonna have to deal with what we got. So, see if we can peen this back over. If not, then I'm gonna have to carefully weld it. And I don't know that I relish that idea too much. Where's my center punch? There's a big honking center punch. I guess I'll use that. I think that'll work. Okay, we have saved our little diaphragm plunger rod deal, so that ought to work. The rest of this linkage, it's clean. It looks really good. I don't see any obvious wear, so we're just going to run with it. So I'm just going to slide my pins back in. I'm really not seeing any obvious signs of a problem in the pump, which is unfortunate. I really wanted to find something for him and help him out. So what I would suggest at this point, and if you have a similar problem, okay, so this is what I would do. Now, whether or not you believe it's the right thing to do, that's up to you. But I would put fuel pump back on. Really, fuel pump is the second thing I suspect on a car that's done mostly sitting, you know, in long-term periods. Carburetor is always the first. So what I would do when he gets this back, put it back on and reconnect everything. How can I do this for you? Reconnect everything with the exception of the line at the carburetor. And then you have seen me in the past, I'll show a little bit here, pressurizing a fuel system from the filler at the tank. And do that till you get fuel coming out at the carburetor connection, so that you know you have fuel flow and you go easy. You know, you don't need to be putting 100 pounds to the gas tank. It actually takes very, very little to move fuel like that. And you can actually inflate a gas tank doing that. So you want to handle it with kid gloves, as they would say. Then once you're sure you got fuel to the carburetor going through the pump, then a guy wants to crank it and make sure the pump is putting out pressure. At that point, if you're getting pressure out of the pump to the carburetor, then a guy can most certainly focus on the carburetor. And that could be as easy as just popping the bowl cover off and cleaning stuff out. You might want to take the jet out. You might want to spray through the power circuit. You know, doesn't necessarily mean an entire carb rebuild. Usually it's getting the gasket apart is the problem. So and I apologize for my halting way of speech while I'm working. I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing. Makes me sound like William Shatner, kinda, doesn't it? Okay. Mechanical linkage engaged. What was that big old rod for? I don't even see one that would... Certainly not long enough for that. Don't know. Anyway, I'm going to clean this up. Carb cleaner, blow air, be right back. So put our new cool little Bakelite type valves in there. Come on. Don't be like that. Getting all jammed up in there, huh? There you go. You drop straight. No. There we go. Little spring. Double check that these are the same. They look the same. Boop boop. Thought for a second it was double stacked. Maybe I should do the springs this way, huh? That was the 3/4. Contrary varmint. Okay. Nice and tight. Tight and right. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a true, honest testimony to the longevity and the craftsmanship and the quality that American manufacturing used to be. Right? Over 90 years old. Don't know if this is original equipment or not, but be that as it may, 90-year-old design at the very least, and possibly just as old. And here we are, working on it, rebuilding it. My grandfather was 6 years old when this car was new. You can tell this thing has not driven much in many years. Everything is so clean. Hardware is nice and black. Really beautiful. Okay. Most everything here is used equipment. These are new here, and I think that's it. So, get our new gasket in there. Whoops, I forgot my screen. Might want to put that in first. This in next. I'm going to clean that out a little better. Can tell this is an old piece of glass. Got air bubbles in it. See that? Huh. I better do that differently. And there we have it. We'll obviously send this along with the man, with the machine. And we are finished with the rebuild anyway. Okay, have our motorcycle fuel tester here. Once again, hope this light I have it hanging from can hold it. So it's working and the bowl wasn't leaking. That's just coming from the top. There we go. That's just mineral spirits, by the way. Okay, there we go. Original fuel pump for 1931 Buick Series 60. Up and running, ready to go, no leaks, it's pumping good. I really don't see that this was the problem, unfortunately, but I'm going to get it back in a box, back to my post office, and get it going as fast as I can back towards California so that he can continue with his diagnosis of the problem and get that car up and running for his car show. Once again, he sent the rebuild kit along, and that was from Bob's Automobilia. Seems like a very good kit. I had not a single problem, all good quality materials and well made. This particular one was for 3031 all series Buicks, and then 32 and 33 series 50. So there you have that. I'm going to go check out Bob's Automobilia's. Does he have a website? I don't know. I'll see what I can find out and see what all they have to offer, because that was pretty good stuff. If you guys have something like this that you want me to look into, go to my website, ratsofmotorco.com. You can also find that and my email in the description of this video down below. There you will see a page called Rebuild Service up at the top. Click on that. You can read all about it. There's a drop-down menu of Rebuild Service, and that gets you to the ACRS sheets, Automotive Component Rebuild Service. Print those out, fill them out, send them with your part to me, and I will take care of it and be in touch with you. If you have something like this outside the realm of a 29 to 62 Stowbolt Chevrolet part, email me, ratsofmotorco@gmail.com, and tell me what you got. Most likely I will be willing to help you out. I'm just saying, generally I like to focus on the Stowbolt Chevrolet era and GM products like this that are very similar to what Chevy was running. But that doesn't mean a guy is not gonna help you out. You know what I mean? Bob, I am jealous of your car. 30s Buicks, and this is no exception, early 30s especially, beautiful cars. I asked him to send me a picture, so if you saw the thumbnail, if there was a car on it, it's probably his. I don't know yet, but anyway, yeah, beautiful cars. Glad to help you out what little I can. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, go to my channel and see what else I'm doing. It's not always this old of stuff, unfortunately. A guy's got to do what a guy's got to do, you know. But I sure enjoy doing it. Thank you again, guys. Bye-bye.